Hi guys, Coach David McMahon, Maximum Life Academy. So what we're going to talk about today in this podcast is 7 things that make a man look weak to a woman. Women are attracted to masculinity, and you let me say that all the time. When guys come to me, oh, what do women like? They like masculinity, but you need to understand what masculinity is. So when you're not acting masculine, or what I say, not behaving masculine, because women look at a man's behavior, when you don't do that, when you don't turn up masculine, it turns her off. She sees you maternally. A woman can either see you 2 ways, maternally or romantically. That is it. Nothing other than that. Even when she looks at her parents, she will respect her father if she has a good relationship with him, but she will always have a caring, nurturing way around her father. With a man, excuse me, she must see you romantically for her, in that sphere, if you want to get what you want from a woman, her love, her respect, her time, and her affection. So the 7 things that are going to make you look weak to a woman, and all guys that are making these mistakes are insecure. So you fix your insecurity, these things are going to come down. Communication. A woman likes a man who is direct. So if you're attracted to a woman, you tell her. And when somebody says to me they're attracted to a woman and they're afraid that the woman isn't going to say she likes him and this, that, and the other, I don't understand that. Well, I do, looking back in my own life when I was younger, but not now. Here's the kicker. Let's say you like a woman physically because you don't know anything about her. Most guys, what they do is they make a mistake and they attribute qualities to that woman that woman hasn't proven to him just because she's beautiful, okay? That's weak behavior. So when a man is attracted to a woman who's secure, he lets her know he is romantically attracted to her. She can either say yes or no. The man who is secure, once he's communicated directly to her that he's romantically attracted to her, then if she says yeah, that's great. If she says no, that's great. It's happened to me a few times. But the difference is that I then don't chase that woman, okay, to try and get her, to convince her to be romantically attracted to me. She either is or she isn't. What most guys do is they make the mistake of telling a woman, well, it's not a mistake. You've told her that you're attracted to her. She doesn't reciprocate, i.e. she doesn't say that she's romantically attracted to you, and then you keep going down that romantic pathway. The easiest thing is to do, and this is what I've done in the past on the very few occasions that it's happened to me, is that I switch off my romantic brain to that woman and I just treat her like any other woman that I'm not attracted to. I'll be polite and courteous if I come across her, but once she's turned me down romantically, then that side of me is then shut down. That is communicating. But when you get rejected by a woman and then you start trying to do more, that is weak and insecure behavior, and it comes across to a woman weak. Whereas, let's say, for instance, a woman's given a signal. She could have come out of a relationship. She might not be ready, and she is attracted to you, but she says no. When you pull back, you're actually giving her time to consider you. And if she has come out of a relationship, you don't really want to be dating a woman who's just come out of a relationship. She needs to self-soothe and what have you. So remember, she either says yes or no, and you direct, look, I find you attractive, I'd like to take you out. And you don't have to be the coolest man on the planet. You've articulated that. If she says yeah, then you arrange to take her out. And then if she says no, you say, well, never mind. And then if you come across this woman, I don't know, you may work with her, you may come across her in the gym or a coffee shop, whatever. You then just courteous, hi, good morning, oh, right, great, have a great day. And then you move on. That is what strong men do. You're not being any other way. What is the point of trying to have small talk with a woman when a woman hasn't told you she's attracted to you? If she does, the communication that women like is to say, right, well, let's hang out. But generally, if you're doing the things right anyway, A woman is going to ask you out. She's going to put herself in your orbit. And this is what I train men to do. In my prime masculine behavior training, this is what I do. Another thing, what I don't like in men is not being able to handle stress. Men are constantly in a state of potential war. That's just the way men are wired. So when I look at other guys, I'm always considering, if I went to war, would I want this man by my side? And one of the things I don't like is somebody who can't handle stress or pressure, who flips off at the slightest thing. It's annoying to me. It's like when I get guys on the phone and they're panicking because their girlfriends have left them. I say, look, buddy, just take a deep breath. Hold it, let it go. It's not the end of the world, okay? There's plenty more fish in the sea. But stress and pressure are key to women because women can flip out themselves. They are very, very volatile. And I'll do a podcast on how women communicate and how differently they communicate with men. But the man who's calm, she's very attracted to that, okay? Because she doesn't want you, reacting to when she blows up. She wants you to be able to bring her back to base, and so they're always looking for that calmness in masculinity. So if you stress out the simplest things, and I've seen this with guys, it's pathetic, and I lose respect for men when they flip out. We've all had stress, we've all had pressure. It's how you react to it. Insecurity, again, guys, this is one of the biggest things. You can't be insecure around a woman. Okay, it's the death roll of any relationship once you start exhibiting any form of weakness in this area. Insecurity is just major. There is a difference between being jealous and setting boundaries, and I've talked about that on other podcasts, and I'll do variations on it. Jealousy and setting boundaries are two different things. You don't let a woman conduct herself badly because that represents against you. But jealousy isn't really a big thing. I've had ex-girlfriends of mine go to functions where they've been, high-profile sports stars, and they've come back saying, oh, this guy was this and that. Yeah, that's great, wonderful. It doesn't really bother me. But most guys will get, messed up by that. And I understand why, but you shouldn't do that. Any insecurity, she's going to eat you up, and she'll keep putting a finger into that wound because they want a man who's strong, okay? Disrespectful behavior. I don't like anybody. If somebody is disrespectful to a service person in my presence, then I immediately shut it down. Like a few times this has happened when I've been grabbing a coffee or a cup of tea and somebody's been rude, and I've said, hey, whoa, what are you doing here? You don't speak to somebody like that. And I'm very firm, and I let that individual know that this behavior will not continue, because what men do is protect the weak. And when you're being disrespectful to a weaker person, the woman knows that isn't masculine, but also if she's considering you and she's looking at you, this is a real black red flag for her, because she's going to think, well, if he does it to this person, he's going to do it to me. They always relate it back to themselves. Lack of confidence is another thing, and they are kind of like symbiotic with insecurity. I was in the pool once with my son, and I was teaching him to equalize in a 15-foot part of the pool. And there was this young kid, he about the same age as my son. He was going back a few years ago. I think I've told this story before, but it really shows what confidence is. And it was a 30-foot diving board. And when you're on top of a 30-footer, when you're looking down in the pool, your brain, it looks 60 foot because you can see to the bottom of the 15-foot pool. And all of these little kids were going up and we were all panicking. And I was watching this kid from the hot tub, because me and my son went in the hot tub and watching him back. And I said to my son, look, watch. And I just got my son off the 20-foot one, and I was building him the confidence to go off the 30-foot. Anyway, this kid jumped in, and then all of the little 11-year-old girls were all around him. Women like bravery and confidence even when you don't like doing something. And an example of that is, let's say, the diving thing. You know, he's obviously afraid and he jumped. But you might have a fear of public speaking. You might be a confident, introverted person who doesn't like public speaking. And if your girlfriend knows that and you actually give up and give a speech, that shows security, and it also shows confidence in who you are. And it also shows an element of bravery, okay? So just consider those, things there that are very, very important to a woman. Communication, insecurity, being disrespectful for people. And all of these come in. They're always watching what you do. But what you shouldn't be doing is looking for a woman's advice. There is times when you're longer down the line in a relationship where a woman might have a bad feeling about something. Remember, women can pick up on bad stuff from men or other people. And, these are the times where you've got to listen, think, all right, let me hear your opinion on that. And then if she sees that you respect her opinion and you're digesting information, that shows humility as well. I'll throw that one in. When you're humble, and humble doesn't mean being weak. Humble means that you're prepared to know that you don't know everything. And I find it refreshing when somebody says to me, I don't know really what you mean there. Can you explain it more? If you don't understand something, you don't have to be a jack of all trades. It's best to be very skilled in one area of life. Like I don't like doing mechanics on cars or anything like that. One of my buddies is a mechanic. So if I've ever needed any work doing on my vehicles, I just take it to a buddy of mine. He's an expert in that field. That's his wheelhouse. And, I help him out in other areas as well. And that's what it is. I like to focus on what I'm really, really good at. Okay, I can build houses. I've had a construction company. There's lots of things I can do. But I much prefer to be an expert in one field, which is what I do now, is life coaching. I love getting the best out of people. But there is, I can turn my hand to other things. I'm an entrepreneur, but this is the field where I'm in. But with humility, you're always going to be prepared to listen to the other person's story, and that comes in with communication. You can't be the cocky Joe. You must always be listening, because you're always going to learn something, even from people that you don't expect. All right, guys? That's it. If you need any help, you've got to the stage in your life where you need a life coach, you need to be coached. At the bottom in the description, there is a link where you can book a free 30-minute discovery call with me. We'll find out what you want from your life, how to get it, and we'll set a plan in place to do that on that call. Other than that, like always, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next video.